today we are actually going to go over our workout, the newer workout, the more intense workouts that I've been doing, but we're doing them together now. So we're going to go over that in today's video. Hello, I'm Kay.
I'm JR, and this is Captain Jack Sparrow, of course.
Right. And we are JKLI. And today we are actually going to go over our workout, the newer workout, the more intense workouts that I've been doing, but we're doing them together now. So we're going to go over that in today's video. But first, we are going to do our weekly holidays. Starting out with Monday today, July 19th, is National Daiquiri Day and National Raspberry Cake Day.
And then tomorrow you have National Lollipop Day, National Moon Day, National Pennsylvania Day, and International Chess Day. The Lollipop Day, I just saw something that Starburst put out. I don't know if I've seen it here, but it's a lollipop with Starburst on the inside instead of lollipop with the gum on the inside.
That's cool. And also, the National Moon Day is the anniversary of the moon landing. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landing on the moon. Wednesday, July 21st, is National Junk Food Day, National Hot Dog Day, and National Be Someone Day.
Be someone.
Yep.
And then Thursday we have National Panache Fudge Day.
I'm not sure what that one is.
I'm going to have to look that up after we finish this video.
Right.
National Hammock Day, National Rat Catchers Day, and National Refreshment Day.
And on Friday is July 23rd. That is National Vanilla Ice Cream Day and National Gorgeous Grandma Day. We got to tell your mom and my mom about that one. And then Saturday
we have National Tequila Day, National Amelia Earhart Day, National Day of the Cowboy Day, and National Drive-Thru Day.
Yeah, I put 2 days in there. Didn't mean to do that. And then on Sunday, July 25th, we have National Wine and Cheese Day, National How Fudge Sunday Day. That's got to be a typo. I need to start paying better attention to that. National Threading the Needle Day and National Parents Day is on Sunday.
Are pretty good.
I think that's supposed to say Hot Fudge Sunday and not How Fudge Sunday.
That would make sense.
That would make more sense.
That would make more sense to say Hot Fudge Sunday than How Fudge Sunday.
Right. That was a typo. I'm sorry. But like I said, we are going to go over our workouts today. We did some recording while we were at the gym this week, and we are going to go over some of that. Like I said, this 6 weeks, we are in week 3. Well, yeah, we're in week 3 right now.
Yeah, starting today.
Of our
started week 3.
Right, of our 6-week program. And this 6-week program we are actually doing together. We're doing basically the same exercises. Now, on some things we kind of vary because there's some machines that he does that I don't, and some that I don't that he does. They work the same muscles, but
like on Fridays when you do the shoulder up machines.
Right,
I
do
deadlifts. I do deadlifts.
And then the diverging row machine, I do a different machine than you do. That's actually in the video we'll show in just a few minutes. The first one here is our squats.
And I'm not going up heavy in weights because I'm trying to get my form better. Everything I've been reading, you can do either or, but you always try to get your form better first, and then you go up in weights.
And see, on here, you do free weights and the machine, and you'll see in just a minute that I actually do the Smith machine, which is actually right next to this one. But he's doing, how much weight is that?
That's 50, 60, that's about 110.
Right, and
because that bar weighs about 50 to 55, and that's 25-pound weights. So that's about 105, 110.
Right, and I do my bar. The bar that I use is only
between 15 and 20.
Right, it's
so
20, and then I add 10, and then I add 5 weight.
Yeah, but you're supposed to go up. Yeah, today you went up.
Right.
to try.
Right. Today I put
A
on
10
here.
pound.
Right on here, which was last week. I put 5 pounds on each side, so it's an extra 10 pounds. Today I start. Well, actually, it's gonna be tomorrow. It's this week, but tomorrow is this is Tuesday workouts. I'm actually adding 10 pounds on each side instead of just the 5 pounds.
And y'all, the people that's watching, she's never really. See, I've been working out 2 years,
Right, and
two
see,
and a half years, and she did before.
but I didn't do
Before her weight,
squats.
but she didn't
Right.
do squats or bench press. This is all new to her, so that's why she's doing the Smith machine
Right.
to learn to get her form. And
Right.
Smith machine would work for you because it doesn't wobble.
Right. That's why, because I'm not. That's why I didn't go as low as he does. Now these are hip thrusts.
Something new to me.
Right. This is something new to both of us. And I had mentioned in my video last week that I was having trouble with these, but we kind of worked on our form here at the house, and that way when we went back to the gym last week, we actually got better at doing these hip thrusts. These are good for your legs and your glutes. Especially women who want to work on their butt muscles. Hip thrusts are very good at it. On here, we're not using any weights right now. Right now we're in week 3. Tomorrow we're still not going to do weights. We're still working on form. But starting probably next week, we're going to try and do some weights, because you can put weights across your legs.
And at our gym they have pre-made dumbbells of 20, 30, 40,
Right.
so we can try the 20.
Right, and you put the across your where your hip joints, and that helps you to when you push up.
You can see my finger kind of gliding.
I think my form's getting pretty good. Yeah.
But you're saying it hurts your butt.
Right. This next one is T-bar rows that we do, and this is him. And right now, he's not adding any extra weights, especially on some of these machines, because I can't do the weights. He can lift a whole lot more than I can.
More reps.
Right. So he does more reps at low weights, whereas I'm still trying to build up, especially my arm muscles, because I haven't been lifting as much. So.
Right, and you can do.
And you see, with me, I'm doing much slower than he did, because I'm still learning. One, I'm learning the machine, because this is the first time that I've actually worked on this machine.
And I think that thing. Let me see.
And I also am doing. I do a lot less weights. Well, my arms aren't as strong. I can tell you that. My legs, I have a good amount of strength in my legs, but my arms, I really don't. I still have this down here, although I think it is getting a little bit smaller since I've been working my arms more. And then now we are going, this is another machine that you do that's different. This is diverging rows. It's kind of like a row machine. He's doing, how much weight do you, I'm not showing how much weight.
50.
Right.
But you also, I want you to start eventually learning to use that machine, because it's a little bit easier than the one you're using.
I like the machine, and you'll see in a minute the machine that I use. This is the machine that he uses. It's on a different side of the gym. I like the other machines. Just, I guess sometimes they make things a little easier, but other times they make it a little harder. But he's using this one. It's like a row machine. It works, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays we work mostly our shoulders and arms, and it's strength training. It really is. It's more of the strength exercises. See, this is the one that I use, which is it's the diverging row machine. It's separate. Your arms are separate, whereas his was one machine. Both arms are working the same machine. Whereas this machine, the arms are separate, so you have to have better coordination when you're doing it. And I really like this machine. I actually have, since we started going to the gym, I use this machine. So I really do like this machine. And then now we are going to go to, this is for triceps. Now, there is another machine that you can use for triceps, but we have started using this one just because it is a little bit, I wouldn't say easier, but it's...
You can control your
You control your form.
Your form.
Right,
and
much better.
You can squeeze your core muscles.
Right, right. The other machine, you can't really engage your core muscles because you're bending over and you're sitting
forward.
there. Right. With this one, you can use your core. You can engage your core muscles and pull your core muscles as you work these machines. And this is the one. This is him doing it, and you're gonna see me doing it here in just a minute. And some of the people in our gym that's kind of walking around. I couldn't get them out. I couldn't record without them there.
One of them's a trainer, and he's always got good tips. So.
Yeah, and then this is me doing this. It's the same machine, and
it's not a machine. It's actually basically free weights.
Right, it is free weights, but it's kind of like a Bowflex. It's kind of like a really big Bowflex.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a machine. The things behind you.
Right, the ones behind.
I would call a machine.
Right.
This I would call just like free weights.
That one is the last machine. That's the last exercise for the Tuesday workout. Now we're getting into our Thursday workout, and these are bent over dumbbell raises.
Yeah, they kind of help with the back muscles as well as the arm muscles from things that I've read.
Right. These work
helps what they call the back fat.
Right. This works these muscles back here and your lats basically is the muscles that these work. And I've been wanting to do these for a while, and I was kind of afraid because I will say I have been afraid of free weights and dumbbells, barbells, things like that for a long time. That's why I use the machines. But I'm getting more into. I know those machines only work so much, so I know to get more intense workouts, I need to do the free weights and stuff like that. When we start doing
curls, and we'll start using dumbbell curls. Or they got ones where you do this too.
Right.
With your triceps.
And see, he uses the 25 pounds.
Or 30, depending on the day.
And I use 15. That's about all I can do for right now. But I will be trying to go up eventually. Let's see, I may go up this week. Because it's going to be on Thursday. This is our Thursday workout. And one of my favorite shirts is coffee and cardio. And then our shirts are cardio and coffee. But I can see that I'm learning to do these. And I really enjoy them. I have gotten to where I truly I'm enjoying the workouts. This next one is the bent over barbell.
And I just saved an article. That I use, when I use for my deadlifts, the T-bar, right?
Right. The trap bar.
The trap bar.
Right.
I just found an article of how to do this with the trap bar.
The bent over?
Yes. Okay. There's 6 different exercises, and one of them that's in there is to do the bent over row with the trap bar.
Okay, we may try that one too.
Well, not you, because the trap bar by itself weighs 50 pounds.
Right.
You're not ready for that.
And see, when I do the bent over row, I use the Smith machine. One, because I can't bend over as much. Right.
But the Smith machine, the reason why I don't do it is because I'm tall.
Right. Me, I can't lift as much weight. I don't have as much balance. So I need to use the Smith machine to do these for now. But hopefully I will move over to the free weights.
And certain exercises like doing there's one coming up, but doing the T-bar rows is going to help you with strength because that by itself is like 50 pounds.
Right. This one is a reverse fly machine, and I am just starting to do this. I did the regular fly, but I did not do reverse flies before, just because my shoulders I don't have as much range of motion.
See, I can see the muscles in my arms forming.
Right.
But like, what they call the bat wings.
Right. Man, that takes a little time before, you lose that. I know I will eventually lose the turkey neck and the arms. And see, I don't have as much, if you look, I don't have as much range of motion in my shoulders as you do. My arms do not go back as far as yours.
Well, your arms are shorter too.
But my arms, I don't have as much range of motion in my shoulders. I am working. There goes Sparrow. He started being up here.
He's like, okay, I've had my fun.
Right. but I'm getting better.
And
I'm still working on
it's
it.
all about consistency
Right.
and patience and learning new forms because I
Right.
don't care what anybody says, when you're learning new stuff, you're going to have to learn new.
Right. Then we have one of my favorite machines. This is the abdominal machine, and it's like crunches or sit-ups. That is basically it's weight added crunches, and I have always loved this machine. I work typically anytime I have any extra time, if I'm waiting for him to do something, if we're not finished at the same time before I go upstairs, if I have extra time, because I try to go up at the same time as you do. And if I have extra time, I will jump on the ab machine or I'll do the pull up machine, which is, I think, the next one. But I absolutely love and see, I go back further than you. You do crunches, I do more like sit ups because I engage all of my core muscles. And that's something that I really want to work on because one, being a woman, two, I have had a child. It does damage your core muscle. Like when you're pregnant, it does do some damage to your core muscles.
That's why I've
And
introduced you to squats
right,
and certain other machines and certain other exercises because squats engage more than just your legs and your back. You can
right,
do your core. You know,
yeah. And I know that I really need to work on my core muscles. And I mean, I still kind of struggle with this machine because I know that I
I
have.
also read about cardio when you're walking. Try to keep your core tight.
I kind of go back and forth. On the days when we do just 30 minutes of
Which is
the
in the morning.
cardio in the morning, I will keep it tight. I'll keep my core engaged for the whole 30 minutes. Now, when we do the afternoon for an hour, that I typically
You've
do
been
a
doing
little
an
bit
hour.
less.
I've only been doing 40 minutes because I've learned from my cardio when we did cardio for a week. If I do an hour and I go at a fast pace, my knee gives me issues.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do my uphill at 15, inches up, elevation
Right,
at 35, 40 minutes, I can burn just as many calories in lesser time and do it at a 2.8 to a 3.0
right,
pace, and I won't hurt my knee because I've told you the other day I've noticed when I just do the uphill at a slower pace,
right,
I don't have the issues that I have.
right. Now, this one is actually fast becoming one of my other favorites. This is the pull up machine where you kneel on, and the way that we do it is we put it at maximum weight and we use our own body weight.
Right.
Basically, we're picking up our
Over
own body
time,
weight.
you bring the weights, the lesser weights.
Right.
You know, over time, you can lower the weights that you're kneeling on,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually get to the point to where all you're using is your arms. You're not
Right.
using the weights to pull you up.
Right. And I mean, you pick up your own body weight, and this is fast becoming one of my favorite machines. It really is. I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy working my shoulders. And I mean, a lot of the exercises that we've been doing with the free weights that I've been doing with the free weights are shoulder and arm exercises, and I can tell that it really is improving my arm strength. And
Well, you
so
also added a something that you told me before your weight loss surgery.
right,
The leg press machine.
right. And I mean, I have not put that's not in this
No,
this video, but the leg press machine is you lay on basically on your back on a slant, and then you push your legs up, and that machine itself weighs 70 pounds.
Just without any weights.
Right.
And she said she would never use it, and now she uses it.
I use it, and I really like it. I really do. So I mean,
she's always saying she's worried about getting wide hips and quads. And
no, it's my thighs. I don't want thick thighs. I already have thick thighs, and I don't want to make them bigger.
But that's the thing,
right.
You're not going to get thick unless you start once if you start getting to that leg press where you leg pressing 200 pounds over time, it'll get thick. But right now,
right,
it's other exercises are going to keep that from happening, like the squats and the bench press. The squats,
right.
the leg press, the leg
And
tilts.
Right. This is the last one that we have recorded right now. This is the hanging leg press, and the hanging leg rise. And basically, you pull your legs up. Now you can pull just your knees up, or you can pull your legs up. He does both there, and you engage your core. It helps to work out your core. It helps to work out your legs. It helps to work your back. and you work you work all of the different muscles.
What is it? What is it? I said it reminds me of back in ancient times when you just hang in there, like when they stretched the body, when they had that machine that when people wanted to grow taller, they made thinking pulling the stretching the body either for torture or somebody wanted to make themselves taller.
Right.
That's basically what I said. It feels like when you first start and you have your hand and you're hanging, you feel your whole body pulling. It's like your body wants to pull you down.
Right.
But you're hanging. So I said it's like one of the machines that you stretch
Yeah.
either for torture, because people torture people with that machine,
right.
or people want to try to make themselves taller with that
Right.
machine.
Right.
I don't see how it makes you taller because
it decompresses when you're standing and when you're on your feet a lot. Your spinal column kind of compresses and it pushes down on those cartilage and it compresses. And they have the machines now that turn you over and flip you over that help to extend that and that.
Just hang upside down from a pole.
Right.
Put your legs over a pole and wrap your ankles around something and just hang upside down like a bat.
Right. Now I have noticed now when we're doing cardio, now I don't think I've talked about this on this channel that years ago, about 2 years before you and I got together, I broke my ankle. I have 2 rods and 10 screws in my right ankle, and there are times that it is just very painful for me to do much of anything because of those bones. I feel weather. But something that I have noticed, and I'm sitting here holding my ankle, is I can actually feel the screws in my bone now. Since I've lost so much weight, I can actually feel the screws, and it just feels weird. But I have noticed with the cardio, when I've actually been doing more like 45-minute walks instead of hour walks because the hour walks tend to put too much strain on my ankle. I'm doing between 3.5 miles per hour.
And over time, you'll get back to that hour.
I know. It's
what
just
I
need
now,
to give my.
What I do now is when I do my uphill walk, I get to like 35, 40 minutes. I do that for 1 week.
Right.
And then I'll add like a minute or two at the end of each thing. I'll push it just a little bit.
Right. And I mean, I've been trying to push. Right.
I've been trying to push 30 seconds here and there, or a minute here and there. It will help. I mean, nobody becomes like when people that's never ran before and they do these couch to 5Ks.
Right.
They always talk about every week they add like a minute or two. Some people can add 5 minutes to their time. But some people that are skeptical, they just add like a minute or two to their walks and their jogs, and over a year's time, they can do longer and longer. Just like when you lift weights,
right? You
adding weights, and then like you're gonna add the 10-pound plates to your squats. If it becomes too much, you do the 2.5-pound plate on each side,
right? And
along with the 5.
When I'm doing the cardio, I kind of vary. I'll typically for like 5 minutes I'll do 3 miles an hour, and then for the next 5 minutes I will do 3 miles an hour, and then I go to 2.5, and then I go to 3.5, and I kind of go up and down.
And that's what they say to do to help you get used to little things here and there, because
and it's
we got to take the time and build it up, because I don't care what anybody says, natural athlete or not. You have to
keep progressing.
Natural athlete or not, natural strength trainers, natural people that can run. Right. It just because it comes natural doesn't mean that they don't like to keep up and make sure that they're at the top of their game. Because I mean, Michael Phelps didn't become a world-class swimmer without progression and practice and consistency and and things like that. And for us, we're not trying to become competitors, but
we just want to get healthy.
We're still learning that progression and consistency and adding a little bit here and there. Like some of the people in the gym, they get intimidated. They see people bench pressing 200 pounds, 3 sets of 10, and it's like, oh, I want to do that. You can, but some people it takes longer than others.
Right. One thing that I did I had this set up for last week and I forgot to show it. This is a year difference. This first picture is the day we got married, and you can see both of our size. And I mean, you can see how much weight I've lost. The second picture here is this year on our anniversary, And you can definitely see our faces look so much smaller. Now he's standing a little bit differently, so it kind of looks like he's a little bit bigger, but he's not. He's
If you look
actually,
at the shirt, yeah.
yeah, the shirt is much bigger on him. But I mean, these are basically we put on the same outfits. These are the exact same
We're
outfits.
gonna do this every year
Yeah.
for like 3 years.
Right. We put on the
Not
exact
just for weight loss, but just
as reminder and anniversary thing. But these are the exact same outfits, and you can see how much different they look on both of us. His shirt is so much looser and just looser, and me, I honestly I look at and I can't. To me, it just seems like it's a different person when I look at me.
when I look down at my hands, sometimes I see the veins now on the top of my hands.
I can see.
Before
Watch,
when
let
I
me
was,
go.
when I look at the top of my wrist,
Mm-hmm.
I can see the veins here.
See,
And
mine
3
is
years ago, 4
right.
years ago, before my surgery,
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't
Something
tell.
that astonishes me is these bones here,
Yeah,
my
I know.
collarbones. I could never see those before, and now
See,
I
I
can.
could do this.
Right, and you can see your
You can
collarbones.
see a hole, like the little bone.
I've also noticed
You
that when
know?
I smile real big, if you look, you can see my dimples more since I've lost weight, and it's like
The only thing that probably won't change on me is something that I've had for years.
mm-hmm.
If
That's
I
your
take my
eyes.
glasses off, my eyes, if you look, that's as far as they open.
Right.
Like, I have my eyebrows stretched.
Right.
And if somebody like you or Marcus or my mom does it, your eyes can get bigger.
Well, my problem though is my eyelids. Your eyelids are too small. My eyelids are too big.
It's
Right.
these bones right here.
Right. But also it's the
everybody used to
eyelids.
everybody used to always say, because if I sit here without my glasses, it looks like I'm high.
Right.
It looks like my eyes are always halfway closed.
Right.
I've been dealing with that ever since I was a kid.
Right. And see, my eyelids are too big, and my doctor even told me that it can cause headaches because my eyelids sit on my eyelashes, and
That's one thing
I
I'm
keep
glad I don't have to deal with.
I keep my forehead tense all the time because because I'm trying to keep my eyes open and keep them open wider, and it keeps my forehead tense, and it actually causes headaches. And I have noticed that it really does
You
cause
have
headaches.
something coming up.
Right. I'm gonna have the surgery that I'm gonna have. I have a little. I don't know. You really can't see it. Is it what side is it? This side. I have a little. It's like it's a cholesterol bump is what it is, and it's really big, and it interferes with my sight sometimes. I can actually see it when I look out. I can actually see the bump on my eyelid, and I'm gonna have that removed next month. And my doctor actually told me that I can actually schedule to have my eyelids, like, have a surgery to have my eyelids cut down. I don't want to do that just yet, but I can have the surgery to have my eyelids, cut down some to kind of help with headaches and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to wait a while until it really, the headaches do bother me somewhat, but they aren't quite, since I've lost weight, they're not quite as bad. So
I've never really dealt with headaches a lot in my life.
I've always had headaches. I've dealt with migraine headaches. Now, I haven't had a migraine in quite a few years.
I've dealt with heat-related headaches a lot more than just natural, regular headaches.
Right.
When I get overheated, I've dealt with those kind of headaches. But our next, after this 6 weeks, we're working on a new program. It's going to involve upper body, lower body, push-pull legs. We got time to put one together. Some people, they say upper body, lower body, push-pull legs. Some people say you can do upper body, push-pull legs, lower body, or lower body. No, I'm sorry, lower body on Monday, push-pull legs, and then upper body. So you're not doing legs back to back.
Right.
Because lower body and legs is going to be the same exercise, just about. But we're working on something like that, and it's always important, 4 to 6 weeks. Every 4 to 6 weeks, you should switch up your program because your body will get used to a certain.
And you'll stop having progress. Basically, your body will get used to one workout, and you'll stop having progress.
That's why they say diets don't always work, because if you stick, like, say, if you stick to the same diet for years, you have to at least, like, people that keto, I'm
Right.
sure there's times where they fall off the wagon once in a while and they eat something
Right.
that's not on their diet. I mean, sometimes it works for people. Some people you have to adapt and switch it up.
Right.
Like me, I don't stick to just one form of eating, except for the fact that I try to do carb cycling. I try to do low carb as much as possible. I try not to go over 100 grams of carbs a day
Right.
at most for me, but it works.
Mm.
But I'm a carnivore, so I'm always going to be a meat eater.
Right.
So that'll never change.
Right.
But I add things here and there. You know, I'll eat some bread here and there. I'll eat some peanut butter here and there.
Right.
But the thing is, 80-20 rule. And
Right.
I really do. 80% healthy, 20% junk. It's also, I have an article that talks about when it comes 80-20 for working out.
Mm-hmm.
80% of your lifestyle, working out, and 20% diet.
Right.
So it just, everybody has their niche
Right.
that fits them.
Right.
And what works for us
Right.
might not work for you.
Right.
You know.
Right. And now next week, what we're going to ask for you this week is leave us some questions. We want to now. I'm going to go into the groups like I did last week, and I am going to ask. We want questions for us about working out, about different routines. Give us some questions
Or
about
give us
working
something
out.
that you've done that we can talk about that maybe we can incorporate.
Right.
I mean, anything.
Right. But what next week's focus, I really want next week's focus to be on questions or workout. Like this week was workout related, but we want to answer some questions and we want you to leave some questions. So if we don't know the answer, I I love Google. I really do. I can always Google it. I can always find answers. And I really want to answer some questions about working out and about things like that. And I want that to be our focus
Right.
for next
That's
week.
the one thing that I taken away from before I became disabled and stopped going to school is wanting to be a criminal profiler and study
Right.
psychology. I love research.
Right.
I love to look for the facts, even if it's not true facts or
Right.
if it's opinionated facts or true facts. I like to find things that
Right.
you know
And we
and
don't just
4 or 5 answers to find
Right.
out which one.
right, and we don't just look at something, Google a question and find one answer and say that's the answer. We don't do that. When we Google a question or when we look up a question, we will go through multiple different pages and we will go through.
If we find,
We
say we find
and
15 articles.
But we also look for specialists in
Right.
that field. We don't take just anybody's word. Um, one site that both he and I love to go to is WebMD, which is a very respectable. They definitely background check everyone they publish
See what I
and
like
things
to do.
like that. And
If I find 14 articles about one subject, I find more than half of the answers to be fact checked and true,
right,
then I'll know what I'm looking for.
right,
And if I find half of them are just like opinions that are not true,
or that aren't verified,
right, or not verified,
Right.
I will keep looking till I find more information.
right,
Like if I go look up 6 articles on protein, 4 people says this amount of protein is what you need,
right,
and then it's not back checked by any research.
right,
Then I'll keep looking till I find more information.
right.
If
More
I find
research.
4 or 5 articles out of them 6 saying, okay, they say you should eat 30 grams of protein per meal,
Right.
no more than that because it breaks down, then that's a fact because it's 5 or 6 articles saying the same
Right.
thing. And that's how I like to do my research on
Right.
anything, because the first or second information you find is not enough.
It's not always correct.
Because that's what I learned
that's
from
why
socialism class,
Right.
sociology class.
Sociology.
You look at the percentage of answers.
Right.
Like if somebody says I squat 5 days a week and it's helped me get stronger. I've only seen 2 articles that's true, and then 6 of them that say it's bunked.
Right.
I'm gonna believe the 6 articles that say it's bunked
Right.
versus the 2 that say it's true.
Right.
That's how I base my research.
Right. And I mean, we definitely, any questions that you leave us, we will do our research to make sure we'll use our experiences, but we also will do research on those questions to make sure that we're giving you the most accurate and truthful information that we can find. So we really do want you to try and leave us some questions. Please give us some questions that we can answer for you. But that's going to be all for this week. I will have a video up on Wednesday, and he will have a video up on Friday. So please leave us a like and subscribe, and come back on Wednesday
And
for my
share,
video.
share.
Yes, please share us.
I mean,
We would love to be shared. So we'll see you. I'll see you on Wednesday. We'll see you next week. Have a good week. Bye bye.